This is a Headgum podcast.
Hey bitch, what is your whole deal? Hey bitch, just tell us how you feel. You wished for a sign from above. Well, here's a podcast about boy sex, fucking, dating, and love. Seek treatment if you're boring as fuck. Seek treatment if you're unlucky in love. Seek treatment if you just can't take a hint. Well, seek treatment with Kat and Pat.
And now it don't mean a thing. God loves fucking embarrassing. Oh, watch as I crucify myself.
Hey. It's Kitty Cat Cappuccinista.
It's Patrick Owen Regan Cappuccinista.
And this is Psych Treatment, a podcast about boys, sex, fucking dating, and love.
Mate.
I have to shout out one of the funniest jokes I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, I'm excited.
During my Australia-New Zealand tour, I saw a friend of the pod, Guy Montgomery.
Oh, I miss him.
Who we need to have on. And I saw him do a stand-up set, and he has a joke about corduroy pants. And he goes, ribbed for my pleasure.
Oh, I love him so much.
That's an amazing joke.
He's really special.
Why has someone not said that before?
You know who his humor is kind of similar to me?
Who?
Adam Haas.
Yeah, they are both really funny.
Yeah. And I miss them both.
Yeah, totally.
Oh.
Guy just got engaged.
Oh, he got engaged.
Yeah.
I miss him and I miss Becky Lucas.
Oh, she's pregnant.
Just shut the front
I know.
door.
I was supposed to see
How
her.
did shut the front door become like the comedic
The main
moment?
one. There's so many other things to shut.
It was the moment. Like shut the front door was the moment. I'm surrounded by Australians lately.
There's so many here. You know why? This is like the only place they can get to.
I go.
Their country is, I say this with so much love, it is the farthest place you could ever imagine.
Yeah. I could see myself with an Australian.
I couldn't see myself with an Australian.
Yeah, I could see myself with a Euro even because I'm intellectual.
I literally can only see myself with like swamp monsters.
Did you see that I sent you my essays?
I did. I can't wait to read them.
I'm excited for you to read them.
I'm excited to read them.
Yeah. I'm leaning back into being intellectual.
After the thirst trap yesterday, the thirst trap mishap.
Yeah.
Now that's the title of an episode.
Yeah.
Thirst trap mishap.
That's the episode. That's the title. It's like the cracksident.
Yeah.
One of the
exactly.
best on time episodes.
I was first of all, shout out. Who we need to have on the pod is I Love the HBO Girls Rewatch pod.
Yes, they need to have us on their pod though.
I know. I went on.
Victor Carlesi went on when he was staying with me.
They're
but I
in
was
New York.
But remember, Victor stayed with me in New York.
Uh-huh.
And then he goes to me, I'm recording a podcast tomorrow, and I go, which one? He goes, HBO Girls Rewatch. And I go, they never had me on.
They would love to have you on. They love you.
Well, they were being cool about it.
Well,
I always remember the first time I met, literally the first time I met Naomi at Perian. We like first vibed out in the UCB East bar, but like we had met one time before.
Such a sad. What am I trying to say? A scary room. A scary room. It reminds me of JFL.
The hot chicks room.
You know, I love JFL now, and I don't care that I was never ever selected for New Faces, and that was their choice to make.
And I was selected only once I had written 2 seasons of an Emmy-winning television show. So
if you're out there and you're about to do your 5 to 7 of characters, know that.
Yeah.
You got this.
You got a couple statuettes to win before they choose you. But I had met Naomi once before. It was in the green room of Littlefield after Broad Gaze. Remember Bowen and Sam used to do it?
Oh my God.
And
yeah.
I always got a very small part. Actually, remember me and Sam Tiger used to be enemies like forever ago.
I know. How weird is that?
And it kind of stemmed
now
from...
it's like you're closer than ever.
I know. It kind of stemmed from Broad Gaze. And like, but anyways, I was like in the green room.
Broad Gaze, that really takes me back. Those like 17, 18?
Yeah, no, 16, because I was 16. Like very newly sober. I was not sober, so maybe 2015 even, and then I was very newly sober.
Oh wow!
And and they would have a female comic open, and so Naomi opened, and she came back, and I thought she was so funny, and I was like, "Oh, you're so funny," and she was like, "Oh, thank you." I was like, "The gays are all obsessed with you." And she goes, "They're cool about it." It's so fun when someone says that. But you know, when someone like doesn't seem like you, and someone else tells you they're obsessed with you, it's the funniest response. Like, "Oh, they play it cool."
Yeah, I feel that way all the time. Like, "Oh, she loves you." I'm like,
"Yeah."
That's amazing. I wanted to say something to you. Is that I wish my jeans were the color of your jeans.
I love the color of these jeans. I got them at
They're
my...
so like all American, like
I'm becoming...
indigo.
I'm slowly becoming the face of APC Silver Lake specifically.
It's such an expensive store to buy from.
I know, but it's not like I go shopping every day. I go shopping like once every 2 months.
I go shopping every day.
Yeah. I don't know where... I'm going to go shopping with Robbie.
Oh yeah, you guys should.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
I'm still processing her one-liners. Like she's so funny.
Don't you think if I could hang out with her every day, I can get my head back on straight?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think she is an incredibly grounding force.
Yeah.
And she's so real and so funny. I love her.
Real raw.
She's family.
She's real raw and uncut.
Yeah.
Do you have never hooked up with an uncut guy?
That's crazy.
Yeah, if they're obsessed with me, they're cool about it.
If you're an uncut guy looking to get your dick sucked by, if you want to show someone your uncut cock and have them been like, oh my God.
I actually
then
can't
go with
imagine
that.
sucking an uncut cock.
Happens all the time.
I'm sure it does, especially in European nations.
The thing is, when it's hard, you can't tell the difference.
Oh, interesting.
Because it's like the skin, like.
Yeah, but I still think you would be able to tell the difference. Do you remember the Friends episode? Or one of our main things we do here on this podcast is talk about a random Friends episode.
To Kareem, have you seen Friends?
That was, to this day, the hardest I've ever laughed was hearing myself. I miss him so much.
I know.
What a special person.
I'm so connected to him.
Me too.
You know, he's having a baby.
Oh my God.
I know. People are really doing the damn thing.
People are doing the damn thing between Kareem and Becky Lucas.
Two of the most special people bringing, good. I'm glad they're bringing people into the world.
Yeah. But there was an episode of Friends where, this is a Friends Rewatch podcast where we don't watch the episodes, but when it comes up, we say what the episode was, where Joey was going in for an audition for like a World War II soldier, and he was playing a Catholic Italian maybe at the time, but because they wanted it to be, the auditioners wanted it to be historically accurate, he had to show full frontal in the audition, and they wanted it to be historically accurate so that apparently an Italian at that time would absolutely be uncut. So they were only looking at uncut people for the role. So Monica took it out as a project to make different foreskins.
I don't remember this at
try
all.
on each one. And there was one that was like silly putty, and there was one that was like bologna, and he would have to try on each one and see which one seemed like the realest uncut cock.
You wouldn't be a good judge of that, would you?
I would be like, it's all.
You'd never be able to
me.
cast that production.
I would never be able to cast it. Well, Monica would pull one over on me.
Have I told you my
Monica would have me
if
casting
I had a nickel.
Monica would have me casting someone cut.
You know, have I told you about this first time I saw an uncut cock?
No.
It was the first time I went to the Edinburgh Fringe in 2013.
I'm sure that's a lot of people's experience.
Totally. And I was there with this girl I went to high school with who let me feel her boob job, which was cool.
That's so 2003 to be like, feel my boob job. Do you know what I mean?
I was like, let me feel your boob job, girl.
2003 was all about a woman being like, feel my boobs. They're fake.
Yeah. But I actually said 2013.
I know what you said.
Oh, okay.
And I'm saying that even that, it was like harkening back to 2003.
Totally.
And now we're
like they're
there's actually a beautiful symmetry because now it's 2023. It was 10 years ago. 10 years ago, you harkened back to 10 years prior to when women were saying, feel my boobs are fake.
We're 20 years out from women saying, feel them.
I love fake tits.
I don't like them at all.
I'm getting my daughter fake tits for like her, her literal 15th. I'm going to be like, this was going to be for your sweet 16, but girl, congrats.
I can't imagine going under the knife voluntarily.
I can for a Brazilian butt lift.
Oh, right, of course. Well, you know, I want, of course, lipo all over my whole body.
Well, these jeans essentially...
Just kidding. I love myself.
These jeans essentially...
I really do love myself.
Yeah.
But I'm only human.
Yeah.
And I look at pictures when I was 30 pounds thinner, and I'm like, wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
Do you know what I'm going to prescribe you?
Huh.
Listening to Olivia Pretty Isn't Pretty on repeat.
Okay, how many times? How many hours a day?
You're going to want to listen to it 4 times.
Okay, thank you so much,
So you
doctor.
could do that in about 10 minutes.
Thank you, doctor.
Got a bunch of makeup, trying to cover up my face.
I don't like that song because it's trying too hard.
I started to skip lunch.
But then I have to be like, Catherine, she's like a young girl. Like, let her do that.
Yeah, and it also like is a bop.
It's not a bop to me.
So for me, like the ones that like you don't think are bops but are bops are Pretty Isn't Pretty and Making the Bed is like
Making the Bed's really
realest
good.
thing in the world.
Me who's been making the bed.
I got the things I wanted. It's just not what I imagined. And the music cuts out for that line.
You know
By the way, the music has cut out.
You know what else the music cuts out is when she pushes it. When she pushes it is at the beginning of Getting Back.
So what I don't like
She's
about,
like,
so to me,
and you don't think it's starting.
and you know I love Get 'Em Back.
I know.
But I also,
Not anymore.
what I feel about Get 'Em Back is that I don't like when they play with humor. Like, I don't like when Olivia plays with humor.
Same. I say that's my job.
Yeah. Stay in your lane.
You're taking jobs away from musical comedians.
Stay out of my work streams.
Yeah.
So
my income streams.
So it starts off by a guy being like, 1, 2, 3. Is this the one with the drums?
I hate
I got
that.
him at a guy last summer and I left him last spring.
You know what that is? It harkens back to Colby Calais. Can you count me in?
Yes, and then secondly,
Can you count me in?
And then the piece ends with Olivia saying, "I got him good. I got him really good."
Yeah, you know what? I like it though when Taylor kind of does it.
I love when Taylor plays with humor.
I know. Why is it different? It hits different.
It hits different.
But you know what was interesting? First of all, I love the movie we saw last night. Shout out to Eileen. Thomasin McKenzie, talent beyond belief. She's so fucking
yes,
good.
and
I hope I said her name right.
Yeah.
She's so talented. It's crazy. She looks so beautiful. The costumes, the set, like it was shot so exquisitely.
I remember what I said. I leaned over you and said, because there was, and I won't spoil, but there is a like Boston mother in it who is under duress and she's like a lunatic screaming.
Yeah.
And I leaned over and I said, she is a Sarah Sherman character.
I know. I told Greg and Amy that they were dying. You're like, she really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Sarah Sherman coded.
Oh my God.
Eileen is Sarah Sherman coded.
I would watch Sarah Sherman do stand up like
She's
for
the most
3
amazing woman
hours.
in the world.
Yeah, 3 hours I would
She's
watch.
one of the only funny people on
We have to
earth.
have her back on here because like the
I
audio was
know.
so bad during her second episode.
I know.
And it was actually like a banger.
She's top tier people who make me giggle.
Yeah.
You, Amy,
You.
Chelsea, Sarah.
I need to spend more time with
Megan.
Chelsea.
She's the funniest ever.
She could be my friend here.
She would love to be a friend here.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Oh, playing with humor.
Oh, you have to get the read on her.
What I was going to say is at the
You have to
movies.
get the read on what our other friend told me about the garden and
Yeah. I will get the read on that.
yeah.
Let me ask you this. Did you notice that I feel like 3 out of the 4 movies we saw trailers for before Eileen last night had Olivia songs from the same album? It's like, okay.
Oh, really? It is a big album.
It's kind of like, okay.
Yeah. I don't agree with Get Him Back being in the mean. Oh, wait. So here's interesting. I don't want to give too much away here.
Yeah.
So, but I must.
I
And,
met a
and this is a
guy.
serialized podcast. You know my gym crush.
Uh-huh. This
Who's
is
not the-
Adnan. This
who's
is
not-
Adnan Syed's
Yeah,
podcast.
but it's not the same gym crush. It's not. Oh no, it is the same gym crush, but it's not the level crush.
Is
where
it Popcorn Target?
It's Popcorn Target, but to remind
PT.
listeners from last episode, he's not a level of crush where he would prohibit me leaving the gym if that's what I feel is right for me and my mental health. But he directs promos,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't always know what that means because I'm kind of like,
I don't.
well, isn't it cutting them together? Do you know what I mean? Like, how do you direct something that's ultimately clips?
What's a promo?
Like the trailers that we watched even last night or promo.
Oh,
they're
a trailer.
They're promos for the movie.
A
A
trailer.
trailer. Yeah, a trailer.
I keep saying, do you guys like the commercials we saw for the movies?
I do think he used the word promo though, and he
When
did.
I hear promo, all I think is like, hey, I'm Adam Driver and I'm hosting SNL this week.
I know. I think of my job, my first job ever doing promos at Showtime. When I
know,
when I
when you were
did Queer as
closeted.
Folk, and Robbie Hoffman
Sometimes
said
people will be
that.
like, do you want to do SNL? I'm like,
Robbie
not
Hoffman is like,
anymore.
everything you say, she's like, that's not true. I was like, I was closeted. She's like, no, you weren't closeted. I was like, I'm friends with the person. She's like, you're not friends. She's like, what are you talking about friends? You're never friends.
Go.
I'm a little bit stronger than him.
Oh, physically. That's
Yeah.
cool. It's cool that you couldn't know that.
I know.
It's cool that Brian could probably kill
I'm
me
like
with his bare
literally
hands if he
exactly 5
wanted.
pounds stronger than him, and that like I'll look what he's doing if I'm not sure if we
Mm.
haven't done this particular rep scheme. I'm like, what's he doing? I could probably throw on 5 pounds.
The way that I don't know, but you know that I'm actually really strong.
I'm so strong.
We're gonna go to the gym together in Denver.
Yeah. So and know that we'll probably be even stronger than we seem because the altitude might affect us.
Right.
And we're gonna go to a gay bar in
But
Denver.
it's
on
not that
Friday.
altitude-y in Denver.
It's 5,000 feet about.
It's not nothing, is it?
Yeah. Like it's the same as Boulder, and pros train in Boulder year round for the altitude.
I met a guy. Yeah, we'll go to a gay bar.
Is it near Crested Butte, Breckenridge?
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's an
I don't know how far apart they are actually.
Crested Butte is where Emma Coburn's from, a world champion in the women's steeplechase, whose husband coaches
Mhm.
her, and her husband's name is Joe Bossard, and he started a training group around his wife when they left legendary Colorado coach Mark Wetmore, and now it's mostly women, and they call themselves the Boss Babes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh.
And all the girls from Bowerman, remember Burrito Girls group?
What? Oh, burrito, my favorite
so
thing.
her
The only running lore I can remember.
Her group was called the Bowerman Track Club, and those girls first started calling themselves the Bowerman Babes, and then the Bossard girls started calling themselves the Boss Babes. But now there's been an exodus from Bowerman since Burrito Gate.
Oh, right.
4
Bowermans have
Bowerman
become
Babes
bosses.
have become Boss Babes, including my 2 favorites.
That reminds me of
And one of my 2 favorites lives in LA now, and she's coming to my next show. true.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, actually, shout out to Mike Kelton's wedding. Best
Yeah.
food at a wedding I've ever had.
Though I will say, like, I'm in this phase of my life where I keep being placed back in a room with like so many UCB people from my past that I famously feel disconnected from.
Huh. When else?
I don't know.
Well,
It's just
I mean,
always
it's- I
happening.
think you're reconnecting now that you're like in
Well,
LA.
you know, I have to shout out. I went to Caroline Cotter. I was gonna go to Caroline Cotter's show
How
at
is
UCB.
she?
I love her so much.
I remember you guys were so close.
Yeah, she's really special. She's so funny. She was doing her show at UCB, and then in classic UCB form, they emailed her. She's promoted it. She's, you know, there's a 4-person cast. This has been written. She's rehearsed this for months. They emailed her 2 hours before and said we couldn't find a tech, show's canceled.
No.
So she did it in my other friend Joey Greer's backyard.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and I went to watch, and that was like
What is wrong with
I
them?
was like surrounded by UCB people.
Yeah.
Not that that's good or bad, but it just is.
I was never in as deep as you.
I was in so deep.
I know. I looked to you and I was like, he's the king of UCB.
I was Mother God.
You were. You were begging me to make you chicken parm.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. We haven't done. What I love about Mother God is just like her being like alcohol is medicine.
Yeah.
It's like.
And a girl being like, and Mother God was using her, you know, her tools, alcohol, marijuana.
Yeah. I love it. She's in ethereal meeting right now. It might look
Yeah.
like she's sleeping, but she's actually in ethereal meeting.
Yeah.
So I'm going to find myself in ethereal meeting a
Yeah.
lot this winter break.
Oh, my favorite. Okay, so the hot girl from the affluent areas of Florida.
Yes.
Another funny thing she said was she was like, I got there and Mother God said, you know you're an archangel, right? And I said, yeah, I know. And I was like, you didn't know.
I just love, like, that is my favorite. I just love that kind of content. Like, I love people's brains. Like, people
I
are
know.
so.
Sanity is so fragile.
Sanity is ice. It's
Did you watch the
glass.
Sarah Lawrence?
That's the best one.
That's the one that's really like Sanity so far.
That's the one that is like, how did anyone let this happen?
I
Like,
know.
oh, I mean,
Sometimes lately I feel like Felicia.
which one's that?
She's like the literal doctor who like.
Oh my God. You are not like that. And nothing but love to her.
Yeah. Like
Oh my God.
sometimes lately I feel like
that was so, actually, now that I'm thinking, that was so dark.
you know at the end when they're like asking her a question after she's left and she's like, well then he said this, so I said this isn't true. I'm sorry. I'm just hearing his voice in my head.
I've
And
had chills.
she's like
that
coming
was really
out
good
of it.
acting.
Thank you. I'm actually an amazing actress.
I know you are.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
Though I probably won't book this Mao too.
What if you do?
That would be so funny.
I
Because it's not
know.
a comedic role at all.
But they don't. No one knows what they want.
I know.
That's the
I'm
thing.
sure I would have heard by now.
I met a guy.
And in the summer when I'm left him in the
Mother God was
spring.
amazing. I feel like I watched another one recently. That
I
was
haven't watched
amazing.
Twin Flames.
Oh, it's so good. But Twin Flames for me, like, it's so funny. Brian texted me and he was like, "Have you watched this new documentary, Twin Flames?" I was like, "Honey, I listened to the podcast and I watched both documentaries. So
Yeah.
yeah, I've seen Twin Flames. We're Jeff and Shalia.
Jeff and Shalia.
That's the couple.
Oh, I
That's
see,
the
I
couple in
see.
charge.
I know. It's hard for me because I'll tell you later.
Sure. It's crazy.
But anyways, what are you doing? When are you flying out?
I'm going to the airport right after this.
Wow, when's your flight?
4:15.
Okay.
I can't wait.
I have to say, if I'm ever going to do first, it's always going to be on the way out of LAX because Delta, LAX first, there's nothing like it. You have your own entrance. You don't take your shoes
Wait,
off.
what?
You don't go through security.
Wait,
They
what?
They elevator you straight to the lounge.
Wait, what are you talking about?
You are at that point Beyonce. Like if you're
Wait,
flying,
I've never known this.
It's Delta first class
What do you
specifically
mean
from LAX.
there's no security?
You literally go in a different door. They're
I've
like,
never
right
heard
this
about
They're
this.
like, right this way, Mr. Regan. I'm like,
No.
okay. They're like, don't even have a need to take your shoes off. Of
So
course.
from LA, so if you get on a Delta first class flight from LAX.
From LAX, but it's not like that from other airports. Like
I
JFK, you
know.
do Delta first class. You're one of everyone else.
I'm one of everyone else today.
Yeah. And so, anyways,
It's okay. I'm excited though. I just like ready to.
I'm ready to be out of town again for a bit, even though I can't tell what would make me feel good because, like, for a while I was like, I'm traveling too much, it's making me feel bad. But now I'm like, I'm here too much, it's making me feel bad.
You can't win with that kind of thing.
You absolutely can't win.
Wherever you go,
One time
there you are.
today at therapy, I monologued to my therapist for 12 minutes, and he said, "You said a lot of profound things."
You always say profound things.
Thank you.
You're very wise.
You would get along with my therapist. You think so?
How old is he?
He's probably around like low 40s, but he revealed to me today.
Uh-huh.
I've always known he was partnered
Yeah.
and open with his partner,
Interesting. Gay or straight?
gay.
Okay.
And he revealed to me today that they have a kid. Like, but we've been seeing each other for like 5 months.
What's wrong with that?
No, it's just like it changes everything.
Sure.
And yeah.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I've been doing EMDR.
Oh, I tried to do it and like it wasn't gonna work.
It's been so intense, but it's so intense that I've been like dreading doing it.
I'm hoping my breath work will kind of achieve the same results.
Sure. You know what I forgot to do yesterday was thank the doctors at Mount Sinai for saving my life.
Yeah.
Today I started crying while I was driving because the doctors saved my life.
Oh my God.
I was driving and it was like the sun was rising and it was like early in the morning and like Lana was playing.
Where
and I
were
was
you
like,
going so early?
I left my laptop at Chelsea's house and I had to go pick it up. So I had to go like to West
Well,
Hollywood.
that's
and back.
almost good that you were so early because the traffic probably was not
That's
bad.
why I was like, the second I wake up, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
And I drove Greg's car, which was nice. But then I was just like crying. I was like, it's one of those things where like I let such little things bother me, and then I feel so crazy that they ever bothered me, and then I feel guilty for like letting anything detract from this amazing feeling of being alive.
Yeah.
Like the doctors saved my life. It
Yeah.
wasn't that dramatic, but shout out to Mount Sinai.
Yeah.
Like it was amazing.
That's why I love Grays.
I love
Oh,
it-
they play God, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, God was played.
Oh, by the way, the doctors have the God complexes.
Well, my doctor booked the role of God and saved my life. It was just so major, like what they can do with medicine.
Yeah.
Just to think that like I'm already feeling so normal again and it hasn't even been a year.
Yeah.
It's literally been, so it was August 1st, September, October, November, December. It's been 4 months basically.
Yeah.
And I'm already like completely touring the world.
I know, it's
I
crazy.
just feel so lucky. I feel so blessed. Thank you for everyone who cares.
Yeah.
And who doesn't.
And who doesn't?
And if anyone, you know what, now, if someone doesn't care, I picture them being hugged by someone they love.
Yeah.
Because Tara Brock taught me that.
I will say that I I don't know what's made me think of this, but I went to my cousin's wedding this weekend. It was the first time I had like the kind of experience at a wedding where people talk about where I was like, it actually is beautiful.
It is so.
I was watching them dance and I was like,
Oh.
this is so beautiful actually.
Oh, what'd you feel?
I kind of just felt like they just really always know they can count on each other.
Yeah.
And that's so nice.
That's what I was telling you, like being in the hospital with Brian. I was
Yes.
like, I can't believe I just feel so safe with this person and like they're going to be with me no matter what.
Yeah.
And I hope I can.
The only person
Hmm.
besides you I feel like I can count on no matter what is my sponsor.
That's so nice.
He's my best friend besides you.
That's amazing.
He's literally so important to me.
I'm so happy you found him. How long have you guys been together?
Well, we've been kind of on and off.
Sure.
Well, because we like met like probably 5 years ago in a diner so randomly.
Does he live in New York?
He does. And like and we started working together for a bit and then like I was in we just were like kind of far apart in the city and I wasn't seeing him as much as I wanted and I kind of was like maybe I'll try someone else and then I actually worked with Paige from yesterday.
Yes.
Then we worked together and that wasn't quite a match and I would still call my sponsor and be like
That's so interesting. Like, I really want to hear more about that when you
Yeah.
feel safe.
and I would call my old one still sometimes when I had like questions I was afraid to ask Paige about because like it was scary.
Yeah.
And then like and then I will say I kind of had like a really rough end of the year last year and I really felt the need to like
Where were we
make-
this time last year?
I know exactly where I was. I had just come to shoot Hacks season 3
Uh-huh.
and that was like
Oh, right.
you were at Lana Del Rey's healer's house.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. And I drove from LA to Vegas to Colorado
I was really excited
with
about
my Keurig in my rental.
I was very excited about one thing but very fearful about another.
Yeah.
And then I called up my sponsor and I was like, my old sponsor, I was like, can we like have dinner? And we did. And then I was like, let's just like work together again.
That's great.
And then ever since then, we've talked literally almost every single day. And there have been so many ups and downs this year. And he's just like seen each one.
That's amazing.
I know.
That's so nice to have a friend.
I know.
I actually started crying 2 days ago because I've been crying a lot, I guess.
Me too.
I was sitting with Amy in the car and I was just like, if I didn't have a friend like Amy, like,
Uh-huh.
I don't know what I would do. And then I like couldn't help it. I was starting to sobbing. She's like, it's okay. It's okay. I was like,
Yeah.
the way she takes care of me is crazy. And the way that she understands me and what we do is just like so hard to find.
Yeah.
And that she's known me for so long.
Yeah.
Like we've been friends since we were like 20.
Yeah.
It's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
I met her my junior year. So yeah, I was 20.
I have to I never told you this because like we were off we were on our hiatus, but you know, when I did my shows in New York in November,
Where'd you do them?
Chelsea Music Hall. It was actually just one, but it was for like New York Comedy Festival.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was actually so fun.
Yeah. Homecoming King.
Yeah, and like I will say it was like a fun vibe because Alex English had done the show before me, and
He's so funny.
yeah, and his whole crew was like in the green room for some reason. I got there, but in a not annoying way. There was like 40 people that were friends
I
with
really
him,
like him.
and then I just like girled out with him and Marie Faustin for so long.
Another genius.
Yeah, I showed them all sorts of things.
I bet you did.
And then
I met a guy.
but I had been to Long Island the day before because my parents wanted to celebrate my birthday because it was
Sure.
like soon after. And my mom was like, "Why don't you invite your friends?" And I was like, Sutton Strachey, name them.
Can you show me that clip?
Yeah, oh yeah,
What do I search?
literally Sutton, name them. Sutton, Kyle, name them.
Sutton, Kyle, name them.
And so I ended up
Clean.
inviting.
By the way, Clean. Clean worked yesterday.
So I invited Keith and Maureen, who you know well, and I
Mhm.
invited a couple of my other high school friends randomly. Only one of them came, and it was like literally one of my favorite people in the world. This guy I went to high school with, straight. We hadn't really. I guess I never really took inventory of the fact that like when I was 25, I came out. Then I was like hugely an addict, and I literally just cut ties with everyone from my past because it was like too hard to explain.
Yeah.
So I kind of never thought about how that would come off to them. And then like so we were talking and he was talking about how we lost touch or whatever. And he got married in May and I was at their wedding and which by the way, at their wedding, our other high school friend, I go, I haven't seen you since like in like 10 years. And he was like, no, I saw you in 2015 walking around Greenpoint covered in blood. And I said, where have you been? And you didn't know. And then you like ran away.
Oh my
That was like that year
God.
for me. So anyways, then
It's so amazing what you've done. I hope you know that.
So then I was talking to my other friend and his wife about how we lost touch, and he was like saying how we were talking about like coming out or whatever, and he was like, I always knew you were gay. I was like, he's like, I never cared. And I was like, oh, good. And you know, and he was like, I was like, did everyone else? He's like, they weren't sure. I was always like, Regan's gay. And they'd be like, no, he's not. I'm like, he's gay. And then he was like, member at the Brown Invitational, which is like this away cross country meet where you like get a hotel room. It's like it's like you stay in a hotel overnight, and it's like you're four like people like share a room.
Oh, so
He's
fun.
like, remember, it was me, you, Robin, Tavernies. No one wanted to share a bed with you. Remember, no one wanted to share a bed, but I did. I didn't care. I
Oh
didn't
my
care.
God.
And it was like a nice moment, but it was also like
That's so rude.
I didn't clock it at the time. You know what I mean?
It's one of those backhanded compliments.
Yeah. I know, it's so funny.
That's so funny.
I know.
You're like, thank you.
Thank you for. It was
You're
so
like, yeah, well, I was planning on
hard.
sucking their dick if they got next to me. So
1010.
1,000
I was
plus
like,
10.
whoever gets this bed is getting a blowjob tonight. By the way,
Okay, so is this a new clip?
It's from, like, a month ago.
Okay, I saw my friend in distress, upset. I go
this
over
right?
there, and then you say, "You insert yourself." By the way, you.
By the way, fuck you.
Rude. You have a habit of losing your in ridiculous circumstances too.
I didn't know the blonde one.
Wait.
Name them.
Name them. Well,
Name
what
'em.
you did was ridiculous.
Name 'em.
Not having.
Name 'em.
Well, be quiet. So
Name
let
'em.
me talk. Jesus.
You want things?
Name them.
What's that voice?
She's like southern.
She's southern.
Don't know if you're
Name.
okay, actually.
Name them.
Are you okay?
Name them.
Stop doing that. You're being incredibly,
Stop doing
incredibly
that.
rude.
How am I being rude?
Well, if you don't see that,
I don't understand the word rude.
you want me to get a dictionary?
I'm asking you to name.
Then be quiet, and I will, please.
Name the circumstances.
When you didn't have a gift at Lisa Rinna's house, and then you had to say your ugly leather pants, you lost your there. You're upset because you're jealous?
Jealous of what? Your ugly
agree.
pants.
Jealous of what? Your ugly leather pants?
No.
Oh, you lost your in Lake Tahoe.
I was going to leave this morning.
Seriously?
Oh my gosh, she jade rolling?
You lost your at the show? Are you upset that they didn't ask you to go up there when you were
No.
there?
You
Nothing.
kidding me?
I don't
It has
understand.
nothing to do with that.
Well, maybe a little something.
No, this has
Oh, because
nothing
this
to
started
do
because
with
they were
that.
at Magic Mike out in Vegas. Wait, this is so funny.
Okay, I'm gonna pause.
So they were at.
Name
It's funny
them.
because when this comes out, this will be fully 2 months past. But like, it's still fun. But like,
That's more topical than we usually
we
are.
just talked about the episode of Friends where Monica made foreskin for Joey. So they were at Magic Mike as a cast for Crystal Minkoff's birthday, and Erica Jane is friends with some of the cast of Magic Mike in Vegas. And so she had arranged for some of the ladies to be brought on stage and like get lap dances and stuff. So Sutton wore pants because she probably wanted to get like she didn't wear a dress specifically because she was like, I might get pulled on stage and absolutely railed by one of these Magic Mike
Sure.
guys. And she bought like a wad of like dollar bills, and then she didn't get like selected as one of the women. And then she all of a sudden was literally so morally opposed to what was going on stage, and she stormed out and said she just didn't agree with it. But she also was clearly like pilled out, and then people like had to chase her and be like, what's going on? And she's like, I'm on the board of the ballet. I can't be involved. Like, this is not right. This just isn't right.
I love that.
So that's kind of what caused that scene.
Name.
And then when they tried to meet later, there was a really funny conversation because like Kyle and Sutton, like they tried to fix that argument. It didn't work out. And then Kyle was FaceTiming this woman Dorit later, who's kind of her lackey. And Kyle was like, I go, what's going on with you? And she goes, what's going on with you? And then Dorit says, that sounds like a threat, Kyle.
Oh my God.
I know.
What a world. What a world we live in.
Oh, what a world.
Oh, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
I don't care about Bravo anymore lately.
I never cared about it.
The culture has gotten boring to me.
Why?
I just think it used to be fun escapism, and now it's like it's too germane to the cultural conversation. Like everyone's like
germane is the word.
You
of the
can't just
year.
watch it anymore. You have to be like
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Engaged. What was the one Bravo thing I was into?
Southern Charm, Below Deck.
No, I don't like Below Deck. I watched.
You watched Southern Charm for a bit.
I watched Southern Charm, and then I watched I watched the new New York, which I didn't talk to you about.
Yeah, you know, I didn't watch that for months.
This is
then I finally
during
did.
our hiatus. What'd you say?
I didn't watch that for months, then I finally did.
During our hiatus, I watched it.
Yeah, me too.
And I loved it, and I ate it up.
I was really not expecting to like it, and I really liked it.
Okay,
we
haven't talked about it. First of all, I'm obsessed with Jenna.
I have such a soft spot for her.
She's amazing.
It's like, no, never have I been on someone's side more when they were like, I would like to fly first class.
1,000,010.
Yeah.
I was like, you should all be flying first class, bitch.
And it's like, even if you're like, I'm gonna fly Coach of the Girls, but I would never be like, I don't understand why you'd want to fly first.
Yeah, why are they playing dumb?
I know. And then
who was your least favorite? So you know who grew on me?
Who?
Was Mrs.
So she did not
Mrs.
grow
Jessel.
on me.
Well, at the beginning I was like, this girl is the worst person I ever met.
You know, my friend dated her in his 20s.
No.
Yeah.
What friend? And they date straight man.
Straight man, of course.
What did he say?
He
what
said
did he say? Name him.
He said he watched one like scene and was like, "This is exactly who she was always gonna be."
Really?
Yeah, I'll ask him if it's okay if I said that, but I'm sure it is.
Wow. Well, I was like Team Pavitt at the end. I'm like, let this guy do his thing.
Yeah, she just annoyed me so much.
Well, she's.
I had the benefit of watching it outside, like because I watched it so much later. It was like outside the cultural conversation, so I got to really truly form my own opinions. I actually really liked Sai, who I understand was like kind of a villain. You can't
like Sai.
I really liked Sai.
I don't like her.
And then, yeah, I'm like the only one I've met who does. But I love, so my favorite was Jenna, and my second favorite was Brynn.
Yeah, I like Brynn. Well, I have to say Brynn towards the end was annoying me. Her like fake like hitting on Jenna. I'm like, what is this?
I know, but I just thought she was like, I actually think she is funny.
She is, and she's beautiful.
Yeah, she is beautiful. And I actually really liked some of her looks.
Yeah, she had really good looks, I was going to say.
And I'm not a fashion person.
No.
I know.
You know what makes eating easier, like every day? Well, Factor's delicious, ready-to-eat meals.
Wait, you know I've been using it for months.
I know you're obsessed with it, and I am so happy.
Because contrary to popular belief, I'm actually not a chef. And no matter what anyone in this town tells you, and that means LA and of course includes New York, like I'm actually not a chef, and I don't understand how to clean things after I use them. So what's been so crazy and good about getting Factor every week is that I literally feel like I'm eating a full meal. I save money because otherwise, I'm going straight to UberEats.com and spending $40 to $400 on a wrap, which is the only thing you can do. And so to feel like I'm getting a fun experience. And when I tell you, like, you choose your meals once a week, like you go on for what meals you're going to want like the next week. In a world where it's so hard to find joy, like that moment is so special to go through and be like, what's on the menu? And like, what do I want? And what might I want next Thursday? And then like deciding what you're going to curate. There's nothing like it. I'm having cheesy pimento chicken pasta tonight. And if you think I haven't been looking forward to it since the second my eyes opened this morning, you're crazy.
cheesy pimento
It's
pasta.
one
That
of my
sounds
favorites.
so
It's one of my favorite
good.
offerings. And then the other thing is like, if you're an athlete, like it says all the nutrition facts, so you're fueling yourself adequately, that you're getting enough protein, and so that makes it like just quick and easy for those who are athletes.
I love it. Well, I'm
Got
not an
you.
athlete, but even I love Factor because there's no everyone's an athlete. There's no prep and there's no
Yeah.
mess. There's just meals.
It's so easy, and there's just like so many options you can choose from. Like sometimes I throw in extra meals because there's so many ones that look good, but then sometimes I'm like, this is now too many. I won't be able to eat this many. So I almost lament that there's other good ones that I'll have to save for next week. And you could also do kind of like snacks and smoothies if you want to like supplement your meals. And so yeah, it's really fun.
Ooh.
It's really actually fun.
Yeah, and wherever tomorrow takes you, you can be ready with pre-prepared, chef-crafted, and dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door, bitch. And I love there's 35 different options a week. That's so many opciones.
And what I'll say is like, and this is what I'll say, and like this isn't guaranteed it's gonna happen to you, but yesterday when my Factor order delivered, I went to my mailroom and happened to strike up in the mailroom a conversation with a gorgeous British man, and I was getting my Factor box. And like if I hadn't been doing Factor, I never would have met that hot British gay guy. I never would have met him. Our paths would have crossed.
Thanks,
The
Factor.
Factor CEO is gonna dance at our wedding. Just kidding. That person's partner, and I of course respect their relationship.
So y'all, don't be crazy. Sign up and save. We've done the math. Factor is less expensive than takeout, and every meal is dietitian approved to be nutritious and delicious. It's the perfect solution if you're looking for fast upscale options done easily.
So head to factormeals.com/seektreatment50 and use code seektreatment50 to get 50% off.
That's right, girls. For athletes and non-athletes alike, head to factormeals.com/seektreatment50 and use code seektreatment50 to get 50% off.
Factor could be amazing for you, especially if you're in the market for a hot British partnered gay guy.
I love seeing Jenna's apartment.
I know. I want that couch.
I want everything. I love obviously I was like, I know Aaron's husband and he is
Yes.
the guys I went to college with.
What shook me to my core was finding out that Aaron was 34 years old.
Pat, when I tell you my
I'm
jaw
35 years old.
No, I know. And we love women and we support them.
Aaron is the grade below me.
Now that is something I wasn't ready for this year.
I know.
Aaron is the junior when I was a freshman.
She's a junior when I'm a senior.
See, that can't be.
I know. It just doesn't add up.
I mean, she's doing very well.
Yeah, of course.
Sounds like she's an amazing life.
Yeah. I wish you were in town when I did my catch dinner.
I know. I saw the images.
Yeah.
Who made the cut?
It was...
Were there any women included?
Grace.
Love.
But of course you would have. I actually did invite Sarah as well. But she couldn't make... Yeah.
Love.
But she couldn't make
Grace
it.
is the most sweetest, special girl.
Yeah.
We got to have her back on.
We have to have her
We
back
have a
on.
long list of
I
people to
know. Third
include.
time. Had the most wonderful Thanksgiving with her family. Her mom literally is the sweetest woman on the earth.
What are her parents like?
Just so nice.
Love.
And like caring.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like such a nice Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I can't believe she's from here.
I know.
I really don't understand this place.
I know.
That's okay. That's okay.
And her mom drove me by the OJ house.
Cool.
Yeah. And I literally made best friends with her mom's oldest sister, Aunt Dee.
Yeah.
Who was... Oh, I don't know if I could say it actually.
Aunts love you.
Aunts do love me.
Everyone loves you.
Not some people. Everyone loves me. No one's in love with me.
What
That's
if
okay.
maybe you don't know that.
Yeah. I've never wanted someone to be in love with me before.
That's crazy. It's all I've ever wanted.
I always only cared, like, I was like, oh, I'll just really work on my career, and then, like, if love happens, it'll happen. And then all of a sudden now it feels flip-flopped.
Because you got what you wanted, now you want something new.
Yeah.
I can't wait to read your new essays.
I know, I'm excited for you to read them. I think they're kind of
Hashtag
bangers.
what's essays.
Yeah. I do think they're bangers.
You know, I wrote a script.
Really?
With
You
my
didn't tell me
friend.
that.
Me
Oh,
and
you
Sam.
did, yes.
Me and Sam wrote a script.
It's done and
There's a first draft.
it's done and dusted.
No, it's partially done and definitely not dusted.
Yeah.
We wrote a first draft. I think it's getting there. I'm so proud of us.
Yeah. That's amazing.
I know. It was just like, it was the kind of thing where I had like 3 weeks where I wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
Because now I could never sit down and do it.
I need to write a script again because, like, even for development stuff, it's so fun. I mean, now we're giving a talk to college students who want to make it in screenwriting. Like, I feel like execs are always like, we just send us a few sentences. Like, we would love it if you just send us a few sentences. And then my reps are always like, they respond more if you send them just a few sentences. But then the only time I've ever had any success in development is when I've written a full script and been like,
100
because you send them a few
million times.
sentences, they're like, I don't get it.
You
They're
need
like,
to
what would
write-
happen next though?
you
And
need to
it's
write
like,
your
well, then I would have to write the show for you to know that.
You should write your script for me.
I know
When the
I
book's
should.
done. When the book's
When
done.
the book's done.
Absolutely.
Do
So
you
what
think
do
that's a TV
Hmm.
show or movie?
Hmm?
I think that's an idea as a TV show or movie.
Me, the one for me?
Yeah.
I don't remember the specifics of it. I think it should be a movie because a movie you can make no matter what. A TV
Yeah.
you have to wait for 40 people
I know.
who don't even watch TV
Yeah.
to tell you if it's good or not.
I know.
So
And they're always like, can you make us know, like, what the 6th season of this would look like? And I'm like, well, I'd have to write 6 seasons of it to kind of find that.
and they're
but
like, if you could do this exact, we
and they're
love
like, but
this
please
show.
don't write more than a few sentences. I'm
They're
like,
like, we want this exact show, but actually the protagonist has a different personality and it takes place in a different place in a different year.
yeah,
And something different happens, but we love the show.
yeah. They're also always doing this thing where it's like, well, actually, I'm not even
Okay,
gonna
that's
go into
fine.
what they're doing.
What's your favorite fruit?
Lately, a banana.
Yeah.
It's like always a good ad.
It's like Uba. Remember Uba, those bananas?
Yeah.
I loved Uba.
I did really connect with Sai always being hungry. I'm like, it's so real. She's like, I get hungry every 2 hours. I'm like, exactly.
You know what I just saw that was so funny is it was a clip on TikTok of Shailene Woodley being interviewed on the red carpet. And the interviewer's like, I'm so hungry. Are you hungry? And Shailene goes, no. And she goes, I'm so hungry. And she goes, then you should probably eat. And guess who the interviewer is?
Who?
Jamie Lee.
Oh my god. I think I have seen that
It's
clip.
so funny.
That is so funny.
Shailene's being so kooky to her.
Our dear friend Jamie.
I know. I love Jamie. It's so funny.
Um
I saw what was I going to say? Anyways,
we should have her back on.
I know. Her episode was so incredible.
I know.
It was
You know,
so
she's my
real.
youngest sister's like icon because she loved The Wedding Coach on Netflix.
That is amazing.
I know.
How the hell is your sister?
She's Grace or Emily.
Well, I actually meant Grace.
Yeah. Emily's the one who loves The Wedding Coach. Grace is doing well. She's doing field work.
What's that mean?
She went to school for occupational therapy, so now she has to, like,
Nice.
it's like one of those like majors where then you have to work for free for like 7 years and then
Well,
like
I
get a
just-
job.
I remember, were you with me when I watched her TikTok where she was like naming parts of the body?
No.
She was like, patella.
Oh my god, you watch so many of her TikTok.
Well, she's one of the only people I follow. I follow like 3 people on TikTok. Because in general, I want to see people I don't know.
I just saw her at the wedding. She's still partnered to Tom, who I really like.
What's he all about?
He is like a special ed teacher. I like think they're in it for the long haul.
Wow. How
Yeah.
you're so young. How young are they?
I know they are young, but they have the
They
kinds
have
of jobs
real-
where you like get married at 24.
Yeah, they're like solid people.
Yeah,
They're not
they're-
like,
they're
they're not
actual
using
human.
rollerball crystals.
On their eyes.
They're not. They aren't a pair of friends who have matching rollerball crystals.
Yeah.
Do you have a crush of the week?
Oh, I had one and now it's slipping away into the ether. Do you have one? Oh, mine is Anne Hathaway from last night.
Oh my
Mine is
god.
Anne Hathaway from last night when we saw Eileen.
Anne Hathaway is some.
She was
she's
so
everything.
good. Yeah.
Everyone in that movie was amazing.
She's a classic instance of like cream rises to the top. Like people want to hate her, but
Yeah.
she's actually just good and you can't.
You know that's literally me.
Yeah.
People think and people thought. But future tense, bitch.
I'm also having like a
I'm
sexual.
cream.
I'm having a sexual feeling around Mariah from the season of The Challenge because she keeps wearing butterfly clips in her interview looks.
Can I see an image?
Yeah.
I had an audition to play. What was it for? It was like, I think she was supposed to be like Gen Z or something. So I put a butterfly clip in my hair and I was like, I look like the dumbest girl on the earth. But whatever.
I think butterfly clips are so beautiful.
I do too. I do too.
I think if
Actually.
you're wearing butterfly clips in like a black string choker, I
Yeah.
will fucking put a ring on it.
I'm having so much trouble with my hair lately because I chopped it for the first time in like basically I hadn't had a haircut in 18 months, and then I had a free day in Pittsburgh before my show, and I was like, I guess I should get my hair cut in Pittsburgh. So I went on Google Maps, searched haircut, called the first person that came up, and went to the salon. And this girl cut my hair for $60, which if you know is a fucking steal. Because in New York, they're going to charge you $250 for that.
Okay, this
for
is
no
Mariah,
reason.
but like that's not her wearing butterfly clips.
She's beautiful without the clip.
Yeah. Girl, you don't need the clips.
Girl.
It was never about the clips. These things, they're just plastic.
You know who I didn't know was a reality TV star?
Who?
Theo Vaughn.
Yeah.
I love.
I'll always remember being.
Is that bad? I'm so attracted to him.
If you think I won't always remember being 15, no. Scratch that, 12. I'm watching.
I need to look
I'm
him
watching
up.
Real World Road Rules Challenge Battle of the Sexes 1.
Uh-huh.
And Theo's on the cast. Veronica, all-time legend, is on the cast. And she's kind of scoping out the guys. And she's kind of like, she's a lesbian now, but at the time she was like a sexual straight woman. And she was like
SSW.
and she was watching and like the challenge, because the challenge was so different then, like now it's like jump from one moving truck onto one that's on fire and try to like tackle someone.
That doesn't sound fun.
But it was like use your oil up and use your body to melt an ice cube. That's what it was in like 2002.
Oh, that sounds like way better.
So
that sounds like Love Island. Love Island Games.
Veronica was watching the boys oil up, and she said to her friend, like, Theo's body is a well-oiled machine.
Oh.
And I remember being like, she's so right.
I don't know what is it. I'm obsessed with him.
Well, I'll say this. You know, I famously did Clusterfest
Uh-huh.
Up Next in 2018. And it's where I got my start. And when I was there was like they brought in MTV The Challenge people, and there was like Jenna, Leroy,
I'm
Cam,
stressed.
and someone else. And I obviously went up to them and was like, I'm a huge fan of The Challenge.
Yeah.
And then someone else told me, someone who worked for the festival told me that Theo Vaughn was also there, but not as a challenge person. He was there as a comic. And
Right.
and they were like, can we get some like footage of you with the new challengers to whatever? And he was like, I will not associate with the challenge people. I'm above that now.
Wow.
That's what someone who worked for the festival told me.
I'm not
Can
surprised.
I say that?
I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah, but
I fucking love him.
well, I think that was rude, because I think that what the challenge people do is really cool.
He's so funny and hot to me.
I'm surprised he's funny.
Are you kidding?
He was funny for like being
He
on the
makes
Real
me
World.
laugh so much on TikTok.
You know who
clips.
I would fucking risk it all for to this day?
Whom?
Colin from Hawaii.
I don't know what that is.
Okay. Oh my God. Have I never told this story on air? Colin. Okay. When they were casting Real World 8, Hawaii, they did a casting special where everyone who was being considered for the cast of both that year's Road Rules, which I believe was Semester at Sea, and Real World Hawaii, came to a compound in like the Bahamas. And MTV execs were there to decide who's going to be in the house. And they had the rejects, like people who were just missed that cut, be like the interviewers on camera. And this one interviewer was like so funny, had all these one-liners. And then they go at the end of like the 3-part special, we're in the room with the execs, and they have all the people's headshots on the table, and they're deciding who's going to make it into the Real World house. And then one exec goes, I'm about to do something crazy. Takes a picture, posts it on the whiteboard, goes, we build around him. It's Colin, one of the rejects. Everyone loses their mind. Everyone's like, but he's a reject! And then he ended up being the hottest guy in the house. He was so fucking
That's
hot. It was crazy, and he
crazy.
was so funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he had a romance with Amaya.
Love. Do you feel hot today?
I do. Anyway, I just unlocked one more memory where the first battle of the season.
Let it flow. Let the memories flow.
Amaya was on it. I'm like, is this okay to say? But like, she was a villain of the challenge of that year of the Real World Rules Challenge, and everyone called. Oh no, this isn't Amaya. This was Beth actually. Everyone called Beth Osama Beth Laden because
my
she was
God.
like so bitchy.
So bitchy, just like the man himself.
Is that okay to say?
So bitchy.
I didn't say it. They
I
said
don't
it on
know.
the
I'm just
challenge.
letting our producer. I just don't know. cut all this. Cut all this. I mean, keep that, but cut us being like, is it okay?
Yeah.
Well, I'm really loving this spindrift.
I'm loving my Coke Zero. I think it's the best invention of all times. Who's your crush of the week? Theo Vaughn?
Honestly, yeah.
We both said challenger, so mine's twofold.
I just didn't know he was a challenger.
He was a challenger.
I don't know anything about him. I just see him on my TikTok and I laugh.
He was a Road Rules
He's a crazy
I
person.
believe.
He's so funny.
I always feel a little less close with Road
and
Rules
he's hot
people.
to me. Do you
Yeah.
agree? I want to bounce on it. I want to go.
His body was.
So far, the
well,
people I've bounced for so far in this new era are Dermot Mulroney and Theo Vaughn. New segment. Who do you bounce for?
Yeah,
who
that's
would you?
fun.
New segment. Who would you? Yeah, because it's like, who would you want to fuck so bad that you would actually like use the muscles in your legs as opposed to be like, I haven't had sex in a long time.
I had grinder sex the other day, which was kind of fun.
With who?
A random guy who lived in literally the worst place someone could live.
Cool.
Like actual hell, to the point where I drove to his apartment and I was like, it was literally in such Hollywood. That
Was it a nice apartment?
in its way.
I wouldn't want to have sex somewhere
well,
not nice.
get this. He worked in casting.
So you
I
basically
could-
slept your way to the top.
Yeah.
Is that how you're gonna book the smile too?
Yeah. And I literally drove there. There's no parking. I'm like, I'm driving home and Ubering back. And I did that.
Driving home and Uber.
Like I drove to his apartment. I was like, there's not, it's
Oh my
untenable
God.
to park in this area.
That's crazy.
So
Well, that's why I can't live here.
But I will say this is like, cover your ears, mom.
Right.
Literally enormous
Sure.
cock. And like,
In your ass?
yeah, which kind of made me feel like proud.
Me earnestly
And then-
in your ass?
Yeah.
How do you get it in?
I was like, this is not gonna work, and then it did, and I was
Oh
like,
my
wow,
God, did you
I was
come?
like, well, I came, he didn't, which I don't have any feelings about.
Did you come from
No,
Sure.
I jerked.
Sure.
It was good though.
Why wouldn't you? I haven't come in a long time either.
Yeah,
I wonder when I will.
and then I got trapped in parade traffic on the way home. There was a Christmas parade.
The weirdest part, they
happening.
were celebrating me. I had to text Brian. I was like, bring condoms to Colorado.
Oh wow, you guys use condoms.
Well, I had to go off my birth control after my surgery.
Interesting. I forgot about that aspect of condoms.
Right. For me, it is the main at this point. I have to. Yeah, I can go back on my birth control, but I just don't want to because I'm kind of. I don't know. I should go back on it. It does make sex way worse to have to like stop and put on a condom.
I think it's kind of fun, actually.
It's just like then it's dry. It's you know what I mean.
Yeah, but to me, I think it's like I guess because sometimes I'll watch a lot of porn set in the 90s. Like it's erotic to me.
Yeah, it's just so hot when like
It
all
also
of a
makes
sudden
me
you're
think
having
of
sex.
you know what it makes me think of.
When all of a sudden.
You know what it makes me think of?
What?
The scene in Love and Basketball where she loses her virginity.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, it's the best movie that was ever made.
I need to watch it.
It's literally the best movie that's ever been made.
When are we doing gays in their girls basketball tournament?
I know.
Now that we're with our new home, we can make it happen. They literally have access to a basketball court, they said.
Oh my god.
Remember that? It's in this backyard. I'm freaking out. Okay, so what time of year are we back? Maybe in the spring.
Do you feel hot today?
No.
You don't.
I haven't felt hot in a really long time.
I think I do feel hot today, even though usually I don't feel hot on Wednesdays.
I can't place it. It's just like
I can't sleep for more than 5 hours to save my life, by the way.
I slept 5 hours last night. This is literally my weekly sleep pattern. 2 hours, 12 hours, 5, 5, 7.
7.
Do you feel hot today?
I just said I think I
Oh,
feel,
sorry.
No, I didn't mean it like
No,
that.
sorry.
I think feel hot even though I typically don't feel hot on Wednesdays.
Oh my God, my C is here.
Your car? You
Yeah.
ordered already?
I'm obsessed with pre-ordering Ubers.
Wow.
I pre-order constantly.
Wow, I don't.
I love to pre. Because sometimes you'll be in a part in LA, they'll say 13 minutes. I go,
Yeah.
oh, I don't have that.
LA is hard.
Now let's wrap it up. Are you mad at me?
No, you met me.
Never.
Okay.
Headgum.
Hey, bitch, just tell us how you feel. You wished for a sign from above. Well, here's a podcast about boy sex, fucking, dating, and love. Seek treatment if you're boring as fuck. Seek treatment if you're unlucky in love. Seek treatment if you just can't take a hint. Well, seek treatment. With Kat and Pat.
That was a Headgum podcast.